So the first time you put your calculator on, it will kind of process and wake itself up, which takes about a minute, and then it asks you to choose which language. So using the right arrow gives you a drop-down menu that you can choose. English UK would probably be the best one. And then to OK that, you can use the enter button. The enter button is like the equals button, OK button, return button on a computer. So if you use that, then it offers you a choice of font size. I think the medium or the large font size is fine. Okay? So has everybody done that now? Okay. So you have a home button up here, and if you press the home button, it takes you to this page here, which kind of is where you start most things from. So what we'll do is we'll have a look around the home page, just like a home page on a calculator, on a computer, a desktop. So we'll have a look at this and see what there is. We've got two sides, Scratchpad and Documents, and then across the bottom there's a variety of different pages that we can have on our documents. Now, if we start with Scratchpad, this offers you two options, okay? To calculate things or to graph things. Now, Scratchpad is kind of an American phrase for rough work, yeah? Things that you just want to have a quick look at, and that's all you're going to do with it, okay? So, if you can, it's a really good idea to try and use Scratchpad just for very quick calculations that you're not doing anything else with, okay? Notice that there's a letter here, A. There's also, if you move around your little mouse pad, a cursor, yeah? So you can either press A down here on the letter buttons, and that will choose option A, or you can press 1, 2 or 3 to choose option 1, 2 or 3, or you can use the cursor to go around. Generally, it's a lot quicker to use the keys than the cursor. The cursor's a little bit fiddly, but it's not too bad. So, if we just go for a calculate page, yeah. So it tells us at the top we're on Scratchpad. It's got tabs across the top, and this tab is telling us we're on the calculating Scratchpad. So what calculation should we do? 56 multiplied by 23. Okay? So 56 multiplied by 23. What do you notice about that?
It's the American way of done.
Sorry?
It's the American way it hasn't done.
Yeah, the American system. So the dot is for multiplies. Okay? So if we want to put in a decimal, what does that look like? If I put in 56.23, then what's different? The decimal point is on the line, whereas the multiplies dot is in the middle of the line. So that's just the first thing you notice that's a little bit different. What else do we have here? We have different lines of calculation. Okay? Now notice we've got two lines here. We can actually do up to 99 lines of calculation, and then it starts forgetting the earlier ones. Okay? It's brilliant. And this feature alone, having all the different calculations up there, means that you don't need to use a memory anymore. Okay? All the numbers are there when you want them. So if I want to get a number from back up here, I can just use the up arrow to say I'm going to go up. You see it's highlighted the 56.23. Go up again, it's highlighted it there. Go up again. If I want to use the 1288, I just go up, highlight it, press enter, and it's down here. And now I can add 3 to it, and I get the answer to that calculation. But you can go back and you can pick up any number that you want. You can also pick up the whole calculation. If you go to the calculation side of the page and press enter, it will just give you that calculation again. So if you've just typed in a root to a quadratic formula, if you're doing that kind of thing, and you want to change the plus to a minus, you can just go back, pick it up, drop it down again, and change the plus to a minus. It's really, really nice. You have 99 lines, you can go backwards and forwards, up and down, copying stuff as you go. It's really nice. Any questions on that? Okay.
Wait, how do you copy again?
So you can just go up and it's highlighted. Okay. And once you've got the thing highlighted, you just press enter and it will appear.
Okay. How do you delete it?
Okay, so deleting we've got on the keys you've got some blue things above the keys. The control button is blue. Anything that you want to get blue, you just press control first. So control clear will get rid of the whole thing, or if you've just got a few digits to get rid of, you can just do delete and it will delete.
How do you clear the whole?
The whole thing is more now. How do you do that? Menu. Now, notice that the menu button has lots of grouped things for you. Number, algebra, calculus, probability, stats, lots of nice things there, all kind of in places that it's easy to find. Menu 1 gives you some actions that you can do, okay? And here, option 5 is clear the history. We want to clear the history so everything's gone. Okay? So, menu, actions, so there's a few things that you can do there, but the clear history one is quite a nice one. Okay? Anybody happy with that? Okay. If we press this button here, it takes us to the other bit of the scratch pad. Okay? So you can toggle backwards and forwards between the calculation scratch pad and the graphing scratch pad. Okay? It gives you an entry line here and then graph, so let's just very quickly put in a graph. What should we have? This is saying function 1 of x is, so let's have x squared. Okay, press enter, it gives us the graph. Notice the entry line has then disappeared. If you want to get the entry line back, you just press tab and it comes back. Okay, but no, what have we got this time? F2. Again, we're allowed 99 functions if we want, so let's have F2 is 5. Okay, what might we be interested in with those two graphs? The intersection. So if you go to menu, oh, it's changed now because it's doing a different thing. The menu's changed, it's an intelligent system. Analysing the graph sounds like it might be interesting. The intersection, that sounds good. Now, the calculator wants to know where to look. Okay, so it's saying, I'm going to start here, or I can move that across if I want to. So I'm going to start here, and then here it's got a little reminder what I'm looking for, the upper bound. So if I go across, press enter, it's giving me the intersection point there. Yeah, you can see, this is going to have huge uses. Yeah, I've shown you one thing, there are thousands of things this calculator can do. Okay? Let me just finish off by going back to the home page. On this side we've got documents. Okay? Now, your calculator is essentially a computer. It's got a file and folder system just like a Windows system would have. So down here we've got a My Documents. So if we go to My Documents, you've got a whole load of folders that you can put stuff in. Here we've got the unsaved documents at the top, other folders where things are being stored, so you can explore what's in there. Okay? But when we create a document, so if we have a new document, so option 1, it asks us which of the types of pages we want. So we've got calculator and graph. We've explored those two pages already. What I'm going to do is record some more videos later about the other pages that you can get to on YouTube, on the school channel on YouTube. But for the moment, let's just put a calculator page in. Okay, so it's just like we had before. We want to add another page, so you see up here we've got a plus page, control plus page. Let's have a graphs page. Okay, now notice along here we've got tabs 1.1, 1.2. So the first page we put in was a calculator page, the second page, the graphs page. You can look at what pages you've got by doing control up. And it's got like thumbnails, like in PowerPoint, for the different slides. Notice that we've got problem 1 here. The idea is that when you set up a document, okay, it could be you're doing an exam paper or doing a homework. Okay? So you do question 1 of your homework, and you looked at a graph, you looked at some calculations, you did a spreadsheet or something, and then you want to go on to problem 2. You then add a new problem in, and you have problem 2, then problem 3, then problem 4. Now, why bother? Well, the really lovely thing is that things that you define on one page within a problem are also open to you in the other page. So if we've got a function that we've defined on one of the pages, we can graph it on the other page without having to type it in again. It's there for us. They're linked representations within that problem. Okay? If we want to go back to just the normal thing, just control down arrow takes us back to the normal pages. Okay? So I've given you kind of a really basic introduction. Calculations pages, graphs pages, think about documents for when you're doing a big piece of work, scratch pad, it's just rough work. Okay? Should we stop there?